Hi loves, I have a pop quiz for you today. Can you tell if this bag is 100% authentic Louis Vuitton or not? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you see anything right away that would give you a clue that it is not authentic? We have the beautiful vachetta leather right here. We have the monogram print going down the sides and matching up quite beautifully around here. The back does have a wonderful heat stamp as well. The interior is a lovely suede. Let's check out the interior here. We have a nice suede interior. We have the LV heat stamp right there. Try to get it to focus on that. And there is a serial number in here too. Let's see here. There is a serial number in there, date code. So with all of that being said, would you guess that this backpack is 100% authentic? Say you were at a secondhand store or something like that, and they're charging just a couple $100 for it, and you're like, wow, I just scored a deal because the canvas is nice and pliable and thick and it feels really good. There's just a lot of good things about this backpack. So let me know what you think. And now I'm going to go over all of the telltale signs to see and really help you maybe decipher if you're out in the wild, maybe decipher some things on this bag that would actually give it away. So drum roll, unfortunately, it is not authentic. And I wouldn't know if someone was out and about and I didn't know much about Louis Vuitton and they were carrying this bag. I wouldn't know that it is not an authentic bag had I not gone up close and personal with it and everything else. The vachetta leather here is very nice. It's a good quality real leather, just like a real Louis Vuitton. There are the Louis Vuitton right there on these rings here, but the hardware is not brass. That's a giveaway. Louis Vuitton is going to use brass on their vintage pieces. I've noticed newer pieces don't have as much brass, which is kind of sad. Vintage pieces like this will always have good quality metal that you can polish up and make beautiful again. So this is just a little too gold, a little too nice, not tarnished enough for a vintage backpack. The interior is a this suede material is not right. Unfortunately, if it was a true, then it would have a canvas interior, like it's just a brown canvas lining that's super easy to wash out and really nice. So the heat stamp actually looks pretty good. There is very little telltale signs in that heat stamp. However, the date code, when you type it in into the, there's like websites where you can type in your heat stamp and see your date code and see if it's authentic. This one actually does come up as an authentic bag on those websites. So don't rely on those because they are not accurate. You need to use your knowledge and you need to be able to touch and feel it and see. This date code reads SA0011, so that would mean that it was made in January of 2001 if you were to type it in to the code reader. So don't do that. Use these tips here to tell what is authentic and what is not, because if I were to see this online and I didn't know any better, I would totally purchase this as an authentic bag. And this one has a canvas bottom here, and that is what give it away for me in public if I saw it. This canvas bottom, that's a red flag. This would be a leather bottom, so it would have the same leather down here that it does up here, and it would just be a nice solid leather bottom. Honestly, the canvas is kind of nice because when you set your bag down, you're not going to get a bunch of stains on it. You don't really have to worry about it as much, so that is kind of cool, but it is not true or authentic in any way. And then we have the straps over here. It's just not the right red, if you know what I'm talking about. It's just and it's peeling and coming apart. The real ones don't really do that. It's a little different with the real ones there. It is a good red because usually non-authentics have like a bright red and it's like obvious from a mile away. So this one did a good job with the dark red, but it still isn't the right quality of glazing. That's the right words. It's not the right quality of glazing. So I hope that helps you. This is another thing actually I want to point out real quick. If my camera will zoom in, you see how that says some words there? What does that even say? Made in France right there on the zipper up here. That is not correct as well. Real ones will not say made in France on the zipper. I don't think I've ever seen any that say made in France on the zipper. So that is interesting. But I hope that some of these tips and tricks help you decipher what is authentic and what is not. I will show you an authentic bag I have one of these are authentic, and maybe it'll just, you can see the difference in the quality maybe a little bit, but this is a good one. It would fool me if I didn't know any better. So I grabbed it just to show you ladies, just to give you a bit of a heads up when you're out and about, because when I first started collecting and selling, I had no idea what I was looking for. I almost got duped. I almost bought a couple $100 vintage bag at a thrift store thinking I could resell it, and I would have been out like $200 or $250 for that bag just because of my lack of knowledge, thinking that it was a great deal. So glad I just passed on it. I passed on it and was like, oh, I don't know. It was not authentic, knowing what I know now. This is an authentic vintage zipper that I have not polished up. I have not cleaned. Do you see how it is tarnished and how you can tell that this is a brass zipper pull? You can just see it from a mile away. The zipper is brass. This has a lovely honey patina here as well, which the other leather is a very similar leather when you're looking at both bags. So that's, yeah, this leather is so nice though. It's going to last forever and ever. It's a beautiful piece. Let's see the heat stamp in here just for fun. These are going to be a little bit different than the backpack, but I still want to show them to you just for learning's sake, just so you can see what I'm talking about when you come across these vintage bags. This is actually 100% authentic. I'm sure the date in here is going to read from the 1980s or the 1990s. Let's see, it's going to be located over here in the top corner. So over here in the corner, oh, it's going to be hard to show. Okay, right there. There's some numbers in there. I don't know if you can see them. I'll read them off. We're going to have 881. So this was made in January of 1988. So cool that it has held up that long. It is 36 years old. It is a birthday bag for this month. So it just turned 36 years old. Happy birthday bag. But anyway, so I hope that that kind of just shows you a little bit of the quality difference in things. And if it is truly a vintage authentic bag, it's obviously going to hold up for like 36 years or more, which is so cool to me. That's why I got into it. That's why I love this. I do make these into crossbody bags. So anyways, you're welcome to check out the link here in the description for all of my socials. I go live once a week. I hang out with you guys as much as I can on all of the platforms, especially here on YouTube. I truly appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't already, please do so, and let me know in the comments below if you thought that that bag was authentic when I was talking about it the first time around. Let me know your knowledge. Let me know any things that I forgot. Maybe I forgot to say something or I missed something, but let me know what you think. And I hope that this video helped you decipher the real deal from a not so authentic one if you're out and about shopping for specifically a backpack, but also other things. You never know what you're going to come across at a sale or online. You never know. And there are unfortunately a huge amount of not the real deal going out around there, and I would much rather invest in something that is going to retain its value and hold up, and this is always going to be able to go to a new home. It's always going to have a value of some kind, even if it needs a new zipper or it can be reworked. Like I make these into crossbody bags, and even though they're 36 years old, they look absolutely amazing. This one hasn't even been cleaned yet, to tell you the truth. It isn't even looking its best yet. So I truly love vintage bags, and I love you for hanging out with me. So I hope to see you next time, and I hope that you take care of yourself. Bye, love.